Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ultra Squad, and today we're here with a brand new what if issei was an Anodite? Now, you guys are probably wondering, like, yo, Ultra, like, Anodite, like, from Ben 10? And I was like, yes, from Ben 10, and I'm not really much of a Ben 10 fan. I'm not like, okay, I'm not a kid, but I actually just like, I just really actually like Gwen's powers. I mean, like how amazing what she can actually do with actually her powers. Now, don't get me wrong. I also like Ben, but I was mostly into Gwen's power from the classic Ben 10 all the way to actually Alien Force and how her magic actually did improve. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make actually what if issei was the Anodite. So here it is. This is what if issei was the Anodite. And if you guys are new here, hearing my voice on my channel, pretty much I am Ultra Anime. I make what if actually videos. If you guys actually like my content, you guys should actually subscribe, put notification on so you don't miss another what if video. But without further ado, let's roll the intro. We'll start this story off as an 8-year-old boy, Issei Kyoto, at the countryside with his grandfather. Now, Issei was trying to catch a butterfly using actually his mana, or his Anodite powers. We're gonna call Issei's powers like mana, because that's what he's actually referring to Ben 10. And pretty much mana and magic are still the same thing, so yeah guys, don't get it actually confused or mixed up, of course. So, Issei was trying to catch a butterfly using his actually mana, as eventually he will actually catch it, and he was showing it to his grandfather. He would just say like, Grandpa, look at this, I actually caught it. Ace's grandfather was actually an ex-plumber, and there's no plumbers in this guy's, like, they're all extinct, like they're all actually retired, there's no villains, no Vilgax to fight, so yeah, you're all retired. So Issei's grandfather would say like, oh, that's actually amazing, Issei, but you have to let it go. It needs some air to breathe. Issei would let the butterfly go, and with this he would continue playing. But as Issei playing, he would actually notice that somebody just came to visit. He would sense a high magic or a magical power that just appeared in his house. And Issei knows who magic power was this, and it was actually Verdona, Grandma Verdona. So Issei would rush in the house, and he would actually immediately just say like, Grandma, it's good to see you. And he would just jump on her, as pretty much she would just say like, oh, how's Issei doing, things like that, like his garden's so big. And the two of them would actually just talk for a small bit, and Issei's grandfather would ask why she's here. And she will explain how she's actually here to actually, for Issei to teach him how to use his actually powers, his Anodite powers. As Issei would say like, yeah, I've been actually practicing, of course. So he will actually show actually Issei, pretty much, let's just say like he's able to actually like lift up actually like heavy object now, like pretty much like a couch, like the fridge, nearly the whole house, of course. He can barely lift the whole house. So they was actually surprised for Donna, but heck, she would just tell Issei there's more to for Issei to actually prove on. So they will actually train for the next actually couple of weeks, as Issei would actually continue to use his actually Anodite abilities, and he will become stronger and stronger and stronger. Now, Grandma Verdona actually realized that Issei can actually develop much more faster if he was actually on planet Anodon, where Anodite actually resides in. So he will actually ask Issei's grandfather permission to take Issei to planet Anodon. Now, Issei's grandfather was thinking about this, but at the same time, he doesn't want Issei to leave. He wants Issei to have a normal life. But at the same time, he wants him to develop his powers so he can defend himself. So he will actually make up his mind. He will go to Issei, and he will tell Issei to pack his things. That he's gonna go with it after Grandma Videl to planet Anodon to learn actually how to control his powers. Issei was actually so excited that he immediately just went to pack his things, and once he was done packing, he will actually will meet up with actually Grandma Videl, and the two of them will actually go to actually planet Anodon. like just teleporting there. Now, once he reached the planet, Issei was amazed by the people there. Like they're pretty much just like him, but like kind of like Verdona, not really like him, but still. Like they were flying around. Some people was in normal bodies. Some people was actually in the Anodite state. They were just going around doing whatever they actually really wanted to. So for the next couple of actually years, 9 years, sorry, my bad. For the next 9 years, Issei was actually raised by Grandma Vidona on planet Anodon, and Issei learned a lot. He learns a lot about being an Anodite, how Anodite are free spirited, that they go around the whole universe helping people that actually need, and things like that. Issei was pretty much of a fast learner. I mean, Anodites are really all fast learner when they're actually young, so he kind of actually adapted to actually the living styles. He started to train his mana. He started to actually try to actually go into his Anodite state, while actually everybody else was doing, like just purely just made out of actually mana. So he actually did that for 9 years. Eventually, he will actually get it. He will actually get the handle on his power. He will actually learn how to use his power like incredibly. Issei actually learned how to pretty much absorb life energy and turn it into his own energy, like what Grandma Vidona did in that one Ben 10 episode, where she absorbed actually the life force of actually the planet to refuel herself. So Issei learned that. Issei learned how to repair everything just with a snap of his finger, just over snap. Yeah, he's able to actually make things back to normal. He's able to actually do a whole lot of things, like kind of what Gwen does in Ben 10. Like he's able to open up portals, he's able to fly, he's able to shoot laser out of his eyes, and he's able to track people. He's able to do a whole lot of things. And plus, he's able to control atoms. So if you guys actually seen Invincible, brilliant show, but I recommend it for actually like 17 and above, because it's actually quite gruesome. So he will learn to do what actually like Adam, I think it was her name was actually Adam. I can't remember her name. The pretty much the girl kind of with Gwen's powers. So she's able to control atoms, straight atoms, and create a whole lot of things. So that's what Bell's able to do. He's able to create things, of course. So pretty much the 9 years will pass. Issei will actually decide to go back to planet Earth, and he would decide to continue on living his normal life, what his grandfather would actually like. Now, if you guys are wondering, like, yo, wait, Ultra, what's going on? What about Issei's booster gear? Well, the thing about that, Issei doesn't have the booster gear. If I gave Issei the booster gear, it would have been over. One shot, that's it. It's not even going to be a what if anymore. It's just going to be Issei beating all of them with just one attack. And that's pretty much it. So Issei does not have the booster gear. Sorry guys. But hey, back to the story. Issei will actually would travel all the way to planet Earth. As there, the first thing he will go and see his grandfather. Now the two of them will actually have a great actually reunion and explains how things was. But Issei says like, yeah, Planet Anodine was actually good, but he wants to, like continue on his normal human life here. He wants to actually, like continue living on actually Earth, because how actually, like he kind of just felt homesick, of course. So, Issei would actually go to Kuyo actually town. As there, he will actually just enroll into actually his first year, or not really his first year, but his second year of Kuyo Academy. Now, once Issei actually finally enrolled in, and he finally started class, Issei was walking into the school, and he noticed that pretty much actually some stares was actually on him. Like some people were staring at him, and he pretty much actually closed his eyes, and he sensed that there was devils in this school. Now Issei, he doesn't hate devils, but he pretty much actually thought of them as pretty much of annoying. But so he decided to like, heck, he will just do him. If he doesn't bother them, they won't bother him. But that won't be actually the case. Riz Grimmery was actually noticed Issei with also Sona, as they were actually eyeing him, saying how Issei is not really human, but at the same time he is. They kind of thought that probably like he has a sacred gear, but at the same time they actually kind of thought that he doesn't have a sacred gear because he has a high level of magic. So the two of them will actually order their servants, their queens of course, to keep an eye on actually Issei, which was actually Arkano and Tsubaki, and which they will actually agree not going against actually their kings. Now Issei's first day of school was basically kind of like hell. Like not really hell, but still, it was actually quite good, but also annoying. All the girls basically started to actually simp over Issei, or the guys kind of just glared at Issei for him being a new kid, but Issei kind of actually made some actually friends. He actually made friends with actually the two actually girls that were actually in his class. Maru, I think that's her name, and actually like Caddis? And I think her name was actually Caddis. Miyamaru and actually Caddis. Those were the two friends that Issei actually made. Like, he's not being friends with the pervert duos. Even though he actually did envy them of the actually like, like goals of people or women, at the same time he cannot be seen around them. He does not want his reputation to be ruined so quickly on day number one. So while Issei was actually walking home, he would notice that two devils were actually following him. So Issei decided like, heck, to leave it. He will actually kind of lose them at the arcade. So once Issei went to the arcade, played some games a bit, he kind of cheated by using magic. Of course, Issei is an Anodite. He's free-spirited. He can do whatever he wants. So after when he was finished, he would go to the bathroom before he would teleport all the way back home, and he would actually say like, finally, safe and sound. But they would not stop there. For the past couple of actually months, they will quickly just like sending devils to spy on Issei. In class, just after class, they were just all following him. And Issei actually, he couldn't really take it. It was super annoying. So one day when Issei was actually just walking, back from school, he would actually... Oh yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just needed to take a water break. So, as Issei was walking, he actually kind of decided like to put an end to this. Of course, like this was really getting annoying to Issei. So Issei would actually notice two devils that was following him. Actually, kind of four. Scratch that, four. So he would actually kind of pretty close of himself. Like after Mana does images, of course. So pretty much they all split up. And they all went different locations, and this really confused them. Like, they were just seeing, like, Issei at this place, that place, like, he was all over the place, of course. So, eventually, Issei actually kind of, captured all four of them that were following him, but he would not reveal himself, of course. He would actually just tie them up with actually using mono rope, and with this, he would actually kind of extract all actually the information that they had in their head. Now, of course, Issei was invisible, and that was actually a simple magic that Issei actually learned. So he would actually kind of know what they were planning, if Issei was a threat or not, or things like that, and what kind of power he actually has. And Issei noticed one thing: he forgot something. He forgot to throw away his powers. No wonder they were actually just looking over him, or just sending people after him. It was really annoying. So Issei would actually basically just let them free, and he would just go back home. Now the next day, Issei was actually in class, and he actually kind of suppressed his actually mana, of course. So they won't actually kind of notice him, but that was not the case. They already know actually Issei has magic, but still, just for actually him actually not getting himself into trouble. Now, once in class, immediately the door will be open to reveal that it was actually kind of like Akano Hajime. And she will actually ask if Issei Hiro was actually in class, that she would like to actually talk to him in the orc room. Now, everybody would squeal, every guy, they were all simp for Akano, and Issei would say better time, better actually tell them now than actually later. So he will follow Akano. And the two of them, they would actually make small talks. Issei would say why is he actually brought to the club room. Akano said she can't tell him that, at least not yet until he gets there. As Issei would actually kind of persuade her, saying come on, you could tell me. Akano said no, I can't. You have to wait, silly boy. So they will actually go to the orc room, as there they will actually see the student council and Reyes. Now, Reyes will tell Issei to pretty much sit down, that she would like to talk to him. Now, the door would immediately close behind Issei, as two of actually Reyes not really two, but two, one of actually Reyes actually Rook, and one of actually Sona's actually Rook was guarding the door. As one of Reyes' knights and another of actually Sona's knights were also guarding the window. Now, Issei knows that there's no way out, but that's not the case. Issei can actually solo everybody there if he really wants to. He could collect the life energy, and then he will not actually care. So Issei will actually sit down. He will ask what does actually the student council and actually the president of the Occult Research Club wants with him. So they will actually explain to Issei how they actually know he's not human, how he's pretty much actually of something else, like he's a different race that they actually never seen. Issei would say like, okay, it's actually about time they actually kind of like approach him with this. He would tell Reyes and Sona how it was actually annoying them sending their little servant to spy on him for the past months now, and it was really pissing them off. And Reyes and Sona were surprised, as they actually thought Issei didn't know anything, but Issei knew it, and like they were truly surprised about this. So with this, Issei actually told them to stop annoying him, or else he would have to get a little bit physical with them. As one guy, we're gonna actually call him Yamin, of course. He was the Red Dragon Emperor, and he would just say like, "What did you say? No way! I'm gonna actually let you touch actually President Reyes." So he would charge towards Issei before Issei was stopping. He would raise his left hand, stopping actually Yamin in his tracks, and Yamin would say like, "Wait, why can I not move?" Issei would say like, how pitiful. Issei would extract something out of his body. A green energy orb will actually land in Issei's palms before he will put it away in his pocket and just let it go of it. Reyes asked what did he do, and Issei said like, he did nothing. So with this, Reyes actually demanded like for Issei to say what he actually did, because pretty much actually what he did actually really drained actually Yamin to actually the point where he actually collapsed. But Issei said like he didn't really do anything, of course. He just basically took something, his actually energy, that pretty much it's not really that much of a big deal. So they were preparing to attack Issei, but like immediately Issei would say fossil graphics and all of them will fall to the ground. Now Issei will look towards actually Sona and Reyes and say that he just wants to live his normal life. It's actually a wise choice not to really piss him actually off. So with this, Issei will actually kind of leave, and once Issei returned actually home, when class was actually finished, he will actually go into his pocket, revealing the actually green energy that he actually took for Yami. Now Issei would say like, so this is the Red Dragon Emperor. As he will actually kind of like shake the orb, and he will actually say like, hello, Dreg, Red Dragon Emperor? Are you awake? You were trying to wake this guy up, but Issei kind of remembered. He's a freaking soul! He needs a body for him to actually have, for him to talk. So Issei will create a dragon body for Dreg, and with this he will put his soul inside of there. It was like of a baby mini dragon. So about a couple hours past, Dreg would actually awaken, and he would say like, wait, where am I? What is this place? How come I'm in a living room, of course? But Issei would say like, it's Red Dragon Empress, you're actually awake, nice to meet you. And Dreg would say like, who are you? I remember I was actually sleeping actually my host. As Issei said like, your host Yami? Oh yeah, sorry, I can't actually extract your soul from actually him. Don't worry, your partner, your ex-partner is still alive, but I extracted your soul from your sacred gear, so you're now free, and I gave you actually a body. Now Dreg hearing this, he would say like, wait, repeat that again. Did this guy saying that he just broke the seal that was actually trapped in for millennia, tricennia even, or whatever you guys want to say it, for about like 1,000 years in the booster gear, which nobody can break besides God, was free by this boy. And he created him a body, like he didn't ask for anything, but he just created him a body just like that, and he just freed him. He would just ask like, wait, how? Who are you? And like, what really reason did he have for doing that? Issei would smirk and he would say like, he just wants actually of an ally, of course. But guys, I'm going to be ending the what if here. If you guys want to see part 2 of this, let's get the video up to about actually 30 likes, of course. Get the video up to about 30 likes, and I'll be giving you guys actually part 2 of this. My name is Ultra Anime. I'm logging out. Peace.